Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and guys, it is feeding day here at the facility, so I'm gonna just be doing a little peekaboos. I call them peekaboos, checking inside the tub, see what's going on, showing you guys some cool stuff and some stuff that I'm enjoying, some potential great breedings that could be coming up early this year. This season started way earlier for me because I think there was a bunch of females that didn't go last year, and they're going earlier in the season, and that's great because it's going to kind of break up my breeding season a little bit. So we'll get an early initial surge, I think, then we'll get the second surge that usually happens in April, and that's going to be really cool. I might take a look at the olive pythons. I think I saw an ovulation earlier in my female. I could be just making it up because I'm wishful thinking, but we'll take a look at her as well. The Bredlis are not ready to be bred yet. My female is a spring breeder, of course, and but she's getting hungry. The Australian pythons I have in the cold room have been getting very hungry, and it's funny because it's really cold in there, and they don't care. That they're ready to eat at the drop of a dime. So let's take a look and see what we got going on today. All right, I wanted to give you guys a quick look at the olive pythons. That male is really hungry. He's been trying to bite me all day every time I open the cage up. I really think I see an ovulation in the female. I don't know if I did. The angle's not right now, but I saw like a bulge before. I took a picture of it. Maybe I'll put the picture up. This male is coming right for me right now. He's hungry. He's hungry. But that female, she's definitely coiling. I don't know. These snakes have not eaten in 2 months. So I might separate them next week and offer them some food and see if that kind of pushes them over. She's definitely acting kind of unusual, and she is coiled, so she could possibly be ovulating. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna leave them alone before I get bit. All right, we just got delivery yesterday of these new vision cages. These are 4-foot vision cages, but they're not as high as my other vision cages that I have my carpet pythons in. Thus, I'm able to get 5 stacked on one stack as opposed to 4. The advantage is that I'm going to put some blue tongues in here, and they don't really need height. I probably could have even gotten even more narrow. So I'm going to put my blue tongue skinks in here to keep the humidity a little higher once I take them out of wintering. Where you got some heat tape down there from Reptile Basics. I thought I was ordering 12 inches by 6 inches. I ordered 12 inches by 6 feet. So I have to cut these down. I made a mistake. I don't know who would need 6 feet of tape, heat tape. I've ordered from them before, but it's my mistake, so I'll fix it. These are the little slide things that you put on the glass. They're stickers, and that'll go here when I put the glass. I'm not putting the glass in here because I still have to put the heat tape on there, and I don't want to have to. The glass adds a lot of weight to these things. They're pretty light without the glass, and then they get heavier. So Pablo and I probably put the heat tape on there maybe in the next day or two. The blue tongues are not going to be in here for quite a while anyway, because once again they're in the other room wintering in my colder room. When they come out of brumation, they'll come back in here and we'll try to breed. These will be the only cages I really have rep to chip in. The blue tongues do much better because they poop and pee every day, and so paper towels are a pain in the neck. So we'll put some rep to chip in here. Maybe they'll get a hide box, and I'll probably even put a light on the back here, so we can get some light in here. I might put UV lights on these. I really think they need UV lights, these blue tongues. I know a lot of people breed them without, but I think they do better with them. Since I haven't produced any yet, I'm really not a blue tongue breeder. I'm just a keeper at this point. Probably the top cage, because I only need 4 right now. I only have 4 blue tongues. Top cage, I might put my, I have a really nice carpet python that's a caramel zebra granite. And I really like that male. And I just want to display him better. I think he's just, most of my male carpets I keep in vision cages, or vision tubs, I should say. He's just so beautiful. I'm going to probably put him in that top cage with some lights, a little climbing bark or something like that in there. Just to give him just so I can display him and show how beautiful he is. Ultimately, down the road, I'm going to be getting my new building built, and I will for sure build some really cool enclosures. But for now, we have space limitations. As you can see, Pablo built me a little base to put these cages on wheels, which is good because we can wheel these around if we want to wheel them outside. I might actually put the blue tongues outside during the summer, give them some, during the day, give them some natural sunlight. We'll see. We'll see. I have a couple ideas with them. So that's the new Vision cages we just got in. Vision, I will tell you, doesn't have a lot of lead time. I know like ARS and Freedom Breeder, they're taking forever to kind of send cages at this point. Vision got these things to me in less than 3 weeks. So if you're looking for Vision cages, that's the place to go. There's my blue tongues. They're bruminating here in this nice cold room. All I give them is a bowl of water, no food. And I don't want to disturb them too much, but I just disturb them. They're just kind of chilling out in the cold here. They're not really moving around so much, except if you bother them. This male was having some trouble bruminating for a while. He was trying to get out of the cage. I don't know, maybe he's calmed down a little bit now. I'm only gonna keep him in here another couple weeks. So just to give him a little cooling period. And then they'll come out and start eating again, and I'll try to breed them. I got it. Where's my 1, 2, 3 with my northern? There's another one. Actually, he's in shed. It's my Isanthic, Indonesian. Oh, there he is. I put this. Oh, there he is. There she is. It's my northern. All right, leave her alone. I put the tag on the wrong cage. My Bredli Python female, my stonewash Bredli, she's not happy. She's very hungry. She just actually shed the other day, and she hasn't eaten for probably 2 months now. So probably gonna give her some food maybe next week. And you know, they're spring breeders, so they still have a few weeks before, probably another month or so before I start introducing males. Haven't decided what I'm going to breed this female to. She bred last year for me. I got a nice clutch of eggs, but they were a little scattered around, and nothing went to full term, unfortunately. Well, some of them went to full term, but they just never hatched out, and they were just kind of dead in the egg. So that's sometimes the case with, you know, first clutches from pythons. So we're gonna hopefully next year, or this season I should say, get something cool from them. All right, here's my Scoria female that I have with 2 males I'm breeding. She's a parahet het blood, and I'm breeding to a fire opal here, which is a blood albino hypo, and also a really cool male that's IMG, Motley, parahet, and het blood. So I don't know which male is going to do it, or if any of them are going to do it, but we'll see. They're both young males, so I figure I'll throw them in and see maybe if one of them gets the job done. We'll know who did it. I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious by the babies, unless we have like a dual clutch or something like that. You know, I mean, dual sired clutch, which is always possible. I don't think the IMG is old enough. So, but he's been showing the most interest in breeding, obviously. Ironically, I should say. So we'll see. We'll see. Very, very cool pairing this year. Here's my sister Scoria to the one below, and this one's also with that fire opal that I produced. And I haven't seen any locks on these guys, but you never know. You know, I always tell people sometimes, you know, the snakes you don't see locks on, you get great results, and sometimes you see locks on snakes and you get nothing. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see what happens. My automatic lights here went off in my facility because I have them on timers now. I guess I'm here too late. It's only 6 o'clock. It's not even 6 o'clock though. They're going off. So we're using the light on the camera here. Trying to simulate some light cycles in the room. We've been feeding today, and sometimes, you know, if we see locks, we don't feed. We don't want to interrupt them. These guys were locked earlier, and so I didn't bother them. They seem to be unlocked now, but it's okay. It's all right to not feed your snakes every single week. I think some people get like really paranoid about not doing that, and there's nothing wrong with it, you know. You give them a week off. Believe me, they'll make up for it the following week. They'll eat 2 rats. So this is my banana orange dream freeway, and he's one of my favorite snakes. When he was born, he was just crazy looking. You know, bananas kind of yellow out as they get a little older. Spreads out their pattern a little bit. But we should get some really, really cool babies from this. He's also possible het pied, so we'll see. Very exciting pairing here. And I wanted to show you this female because She's a very important female in my breeding program. This is a pastel desert ghost female that we bred to my ultraviolet. And she stopped eating. She looks like she's gonna lay some eggs. Pablo predicts 8. We'll see if he's right. He palpated. He seems to have the magic hands. We'll see if he's right. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's close. And if she delivers, you know, a nice clutch of eggs that actually make it, this could be a pretty epic clutch, because obviously we're breeding her to a super hurricane, Enchi, hypo, rainbow visual. So this would give us, like, I guess all hurricanes. Oh, Enchi too, yeah. So some 50% would be Enchis, and then we'd have triple het, desert ghost, rainbow, and hypo, which would be crazy if we could do that. So this could be a very important clutch. We'll see. You know, I have a feeling she's going to lay sooner than later. I'm thinking this girl's going to lay too. I bred her also to the same male, so except she is she's het rainbow, so she's hypo and she het rainbow, and she's going to give us hopefully some she didn't go last year, sis. That's why I think she's going to go early this year. I hope. I saw some locks, so this would be great to maybe produce some more visual stuff. Beautiful female. Once again, I think I told you a couple years ago when I produced all those het rainbow stuff, I kept everything back. It's a lot of girls and a lot of boys. I'm probably gonna let some of the het rainbow boys go, but for now we have some really nice, really nice stuff that's potentially going to be happening, you know, this year, maybe earlier than expected. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. It was a little short one, but I want to take a look at a couple different things. You know, while I'm feeding, if something looks kind of cool, I'll record it. It's hard to take snakes out when they're eating, because then they, you know, you don't want to like mess their digestion up and mess with them while they're trying to, you know, digest their food, especially since it's a little cooler in the room and they're laying on the hot spots. I don't want to be messing with them. The big snakes seem to be able to handle it, but I just like to leave them alone. You know, this is breeding season. Sometimes the less you handle snakes during breeding season, the better off, and the better odds you get, for sure. I think people try to, you know, mess with their snakes a little too much sometimes because they're so neurotic about, oh my God, I gotta, let me see. Just put the males in and just lay them together. I take my ball python males out once a week for 2 days just to feed, and so they don't run themselves down. But for the boas, most of the time they just stay in there. Sometimes, if a couple weeks goes by, I might feed the male and the female in the same tub, which can be dangerous sometimes. And a lot of times I'll just, you know, separate them and just feed them on the opposite side of the tub, and they're usually pretty good with that. It's always usually safer to take the male out and put it in its own cage and feed it in there, but you know, sometimes I get a little lazy. But by and far, the ball pythons are much more important to eat, because usually a lot of times you're breeding more than one male to more than one female. With the boas, it's usually 1 to 1. It's not quite so crazy, but it's not a bad idea to separate them. You know, a lot of people believe that you should separate them once a week, or at least once every 2 weeks, to give them a break so they don't breed themselves to death, and that's a possibility too. I always worry that if I take them out, I'm going to miss like the window of opportunity for the breeding to occur. I missed the 2 most important days right before she ovulates, and that would have been the key days to producing babies. So I try to keep them in together with them, just to let them kind of hang out. But you know, there's nothing wrong with taking them out and putting them back as well. It's kind of whatever works for you. All right, guys, I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit your like button. I'll see you back tomorrow.